This is the topic. Have you ever checked yourself that you are stronger emotionally, or you're much more mature?
Mature. It means of emotionally mature.
Emotionally stronger.
Okay. My English is weak, so I don't understand. What did you say, Pa?
Okay. The thing is this. So many times when you get stress, when you get problem, when you are hurted, you start crying.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can
You find
try
the
to
person
learn.
and you start crying, you start weeping, and you start sharing your problems and all and everything, right? But you don't fight with your own self. So that is the meaning of the topic. So you need to learn. If you're not able to fight with yourself, how would you fight with others? Sanjay, do you want to say something?
Yes, the problem is it's through maturity only we can control. Once upon a time, I was very angry in my temperament. I always used to show my temperament in small things, and but by virtue of experience, and now I started thinking the pros and cons, and though people they're not concerned about me, they are not at all important for me. For them, I am losing my temper. All these things keeping in my mind. Now I start controlling my temper and emotions. And only I show emotions only those who matters to me, not with everybody. Everybody, like not in traveling, not at market, because I know only for 2 minutes, 3 minutes I will interact with him. But yes, sometimes now I started controlling, but it's a difficult. How I dealt with in past, I know better. I lose a lot, and because of emotions, I gain also. Because people like me, I always try to show my emotions. If something I feel bad, I used to say talk directly to him. And when I'm happy, then I'm ready to help anybody. These things are there. But okay, it's my weak point. In current days, the economy is there, the society is there. We're supposed to control our emotions and never try to exhibit everywhere. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so why we always try to find the society, try to find the people when this kind of people or society come in front of us, so that moment we are able to control our emotions or we become stronger. Otherwise, like we feel so weak. Why does it happen? Why don't we like become stronger when we don't have anyone and we get some stress, we get some problems, and when you're hurted like this?
Yes. I think it's the internal weaknesses. I think what emotions we are with silly things we became irritated or became worried because of health. Because everybody know because of emotions and because of worried nothing will solve. Only through strategy and strength only we can overcome this situation. Suppose I miss
I'm
my
telling you
train.
actually what happened. Like, people expect a lot of sympathy, empathy, and apathy. Not apathy, sympathy and apathy.
Yes.
So they have this kind of two words in their minds all the time. So they want some sympathy from the others.
Yes.
Right. They want that someone
expected.
coax them. Okay. They want someone should be in front of them and they want to coax them. They show some emotions.
Appreciate them or something. Yeah.
Right. But actually this thing is called your ego. Right.
Yes.
What is called the ego? When you have ego, you want sympathy. You want people
ego or
understand your emotions.
Ego.
And basically what happened that you are weaker.
Yes.
You are not stronger.
Yes.
Right? You are not able to fight with your own self. You don't have that much ability. And when you're much more mature, right? So you can take all the things as a fun and that's it. And
but sometimes when you sometimes when you trapped in multiple situations, at that time something happened. Multiple situation is there. At that time, it's very difficult to plan a strategy or something. At that time, I lose my temper. Okay, it's my weakness. I know it's my weakness, and I know a lot of people. With all the problems, he is smiling only and doing. He is telling to me, why you have so much bother? Just sit down, take a water, then we will talk to this. After suddenly we start, it's a very urgent. No, 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 we'll talk only after 1 hour. And then with
Yep.
Usman.
And I think, I think I'd agree. And I think maturity, like emotional maturity, comes with experience. I think it's not so much the age, like, obviously, what as you get older, you get more experiences, and obviously you learn from those experiences. But you come across people in your life that are quite old and still not emotionally mature. They might be mature otherwise, but might not be emotionally mature. But you might come across people that are younger and quite emotionally mature. So I think one aspect is one reasons if you've had a lot of experiences through which you've learned to be emotionally mature. The other aspect I think to that is, I think it's just the way you are. It's just the way you're built. I think there are people that are born emotionally more mature than the others, and with age, some just get more mature and can control their emotions and feelings, whilst others can't. You might see one person who'd cry about every small thing, and that might have happened to that person multiple times, even though they are getting that experience and they've faced something similar in the past, but they just haven't learned to overcome that emotional.
Do you know there are two things. One thing is there, like when you are crying from your own side, when something you expect and your expectations which cannot be fulfilled, that is impossible, right? And you start crying because you want to fulfill that expectation, and you know that expectation cannot be possible, that cannot happen, and you want that thing. So that moment you start crying, you are not able to control yourself. Okay. And another thing is that if somebody is speaking something that you don't like, right, that is not according to you, and you start showing your anger. So once showing your anger and once you showing your cry, so showing anger, showing your weakness. So two things are there about controlling the emotions. And if you are able to control both the things, listening the people which are not relevant to you, which you don't like, still you are silent, you are listening them, you are understanding them, that why that person is speaking like this, there must be some reason behind it. And when you are not able to get your expectations, so that is not possible. When you are able to understand those things, so that moment you can feel that now you are much more mature person. Showing or controlling your anger. So this thing is important, and the expectations which are bigger, that is not possible, that cannot happen, that is impossible. Suppose you want the sun should come in the night, and for that matter you are crying. Why sun is not coming in the night? So that is impossible, that cannot be happen. And for this thing you are crying.
But I don't think anyone cries for that.
Suppose you want a car that is Ferrari, so that is not possible, you cannot get that car. For that matter you have to do a lot of hard work. Okay. Is there anyone else would like to say? Anita, do you want to say something?
Okay, yeah, it's about emotions and temper.
Could you speak some
I
louder?
wanna
Bit
say
louder.
okay, now it's coming voice. Okay, so I want to say that simply the fact of the human is like we all are human, or we born with some that with ego, with emotions, few emotions. So we can't remove these all things from our inside. We can't remove it. It's impossible. The time to time, like we have to remove, we have to think towards for the situations and how it can be possible. It's I mean, it's a work to okay, we have to work about our mind. So like that manner, we can come to know like what is exactly happening and what the situation that we can handle the thing. So these are the like a few differences. Many people like is just listening. People crying. People start crying for what they can't reach when they can't get. Yeah, it's also a different thing. Like people have to have a dream. So without dream, our life it can be monotonous. Okay, so it's kind of dead life. So have to be uh, keep in our mind a dream. Without dream, like a what to say, lifeless, kind of like a dead. So, but yeah, that is a one thing. If thinking the big dream, have to work like that manner. If thinking a small dream, if dreaming a small dream, so thinking small dreams, so for that, like the work it would be different, and for big dream, it works would be different. So who see like the big dream, so they have to, not they have to actually, if they are uh, looking that big dream, they are seeing that big dream, so that means they have to do, obviously they will do because they are seeing, few are not doing. So that's people, they are crying, they have only left that work, that cry inside of, they are like shattering themselves. And but yeah, but with mind, so that's why like a heart and mind, we have a connection. So we are thinking most of things from our heart. Okay, if we are able to think that for that dream or anything else with along with our heart, with mind, so it can be possible to reach that, and we start working like that manner for that dream to achieve that dream. So these all are small things actually, small differences to control our mind. And that temper, like yeah, in this world there are lots of people, no doubt, different varieties, natures of people, and how we can manage ourselves in among of those people. So it's about temper. Like we have to keep our temper sometimes normal, sometimes we have to show it's needed, show our like a little bit high temper. Sometimes we no need to speak, we have to keep uh, we have to be silent that moment. So it's according the situations and according the people. Where needed, have to speak. Where needed, raise our voice. So we have to raise our voice. Where no need, no need. And like where is like so politely if we are talking. So that is the good atmosphere for us, for all. That atmosphere for us also, for surrounding our people also. So we have to see, we have to talk according to situations. So if we can do, we are able to do that. So we controlling our temper, we just succeed. So like that. So for that we have to learn some few things. Like we have to train our mind. How to train means how we can train our mind. So there is lots of things like a meditation is one is the most important thing, meditation, and we have to gather the knowledge actually. So knowledge how we can get, so reading books, that is the one reason. So we can read books, good books. What is we never come to know from our academic education. So for that we have to learn apartly many things. Okay, so by learning, by reading, by talking with people. We have to interact with people. We have to go. We should not keep ourselves tight in a one circle. We have to open up ourselves how much we can. Okay, so we have to talk with uh, around the world. How many people are there? So we have to talk with all. If we are making friends, it's no matter like a good friend, bad good people, bad. There is no good people, bad people. There is only happy and misery people. Okay, so we are wrong that we are telling the good people, bad people. There is no good people, bad people. So that is the wrong thing people think. But there is only joyful people and miserable people. We can say like that.
That's true. That's
So these all things are there.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
these
absolutely
all
true.
things are like that.
Absolutely true.
So yeah.
Right. So as you told that there is no one good or bad, right? So that is absolutely true. That is only your perceptions that how you are taking the people others. You don't like someone's attitudes, you don't like someone's behaviors. That's your own choice, right? Maybe you have that kind of behaviors not liked by the others. So it doesn't matter that that person does not have good qualities. So you should also
And one
accept.
more thing, like it's comprising like a bad and good. We are just a 100% a human being. Okay, if we means everybody has good part, bad part. So we can't categorize like this is good people. Sometimes we are also bad. Sometimes we are also good. It's not with others also. Even we are sometimes bad thing we do with ourselves. So it's not about that only we are doing bad things, or it means we are getting bad things from people or good things. It's not like that. We have like a 50% good things, 15% bad things. And if we wanna improve ourselves, so we can do that. That is possible. Nothing is impossible. So everything is possible, but have to know the things, how to do, what to do, and this all things. Sir. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Right. So now we are moving to the presentations. I've made a small presentation and some questions are there. So just we are moving to our presentation. So we have written here, have you ever wondered to level up your emotional maturity? So there are some certain questions. If you answer those questions and keep the answer in your mind, so you can level up your maturity. You can check that how much mature you are. So now we are moving to the next slide. Let's see what kind of questions we have and what kind of answers we have. So very first we need to understand what does it mean. So it is defined as a high and appropriate level of emotional control and expressions. So how much you are able to control your emotions and expressions. So that is called the emotional maturity, right? So let me receive one call. Excuse me. Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. So you understood what does it mean? Now moving to the next slide. Okay, so we have got some questions. We have around 10 questions. So you need to just answer according to your own self, right? And just write down somewhere the answer of this question. Okay. So we have got 5 options. How often do you regard yourself as a worthy person? Do you understand the meaning of this question? You all understood? How often do you regard yourself as a worthy person? We have got 5 options. Always, you always feel as a worthy person. Mostly, uncertain means you're not sure about that. You don't know about it, that you're worthy or you're not. And sometime or
Write
you
the
never.
answer in the chat box.
You need to just remember it, whether you write on the chat box or you write somewhere else in your notebook or you write in your mind. If you are able to write in your mind, so you can write down in your mind wherever you want. Okay. So have you noticed this question and written down somewhere? If you have done that, so we can move for another question.
You mean here means stable person? We are stable.
I don't understand what you said.
Worthy person here. You mean that we are stable. We don't
Valued
suffer from
person. How much value you give to yourself? What do you think about it?
Okay, self value.
Exactly.
Okay, self esteem. You mean?
That is
Okay.
absolutely right. Okay. So have you done that? Shall we move to another?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Question number 2. How do you feel when people say bad thing about you? Always bothered, mostly bothered, uncertain, you don't know about it, and sometimes you're bothered and you never. Is there someone would like to speak about it? Anyone would like to speak about this question? How do you feel when people say bad things about you? So do you bother or not? Yeah. Is there anyone would like to speak about it? You know, when people talk about yourself and like they cannot speak the bad things in front of you.
You want us?
And people just listen.
You want us to discuss the second?
Yeah,
the second question.
I want to
you want
discuss
us to discuss?
Exactly. I'm discussing with you all people this question. Great. So now the thing is, I was talking about this thing that when people talk about the bad things about you, people, they don't speak in front of you. They speak behind of you, and you come to know about this thing from some sources. Someone or some of your friend is speaking about you and is talking about bad things to you, and he's saying that this is spoken by those people. And you start becoming angry that how could they speak about me like this?
Yes,
then
we
you
feel
have some
bothered.
bad thoughts in your mind about them. Whether the thing is right or wrong, you don't care. You don't check. You don't use your own mind. By listening few people, how they are speaking, what they are talking about you, you start believing on these things. Okay? And sometimes you don't care. Sometimes you don't care. And when you don't care, I'm telling you, when you don't care, when you have lot of achievements, when you feel that you can achieve many things, you're a much more mature person. And when people talk about a lot of bad things to you, you don't care and you don't want to reply them. If somebody is speaking bad things in front of you, even you don't like to reply, then you give a smile. Through your maturity, your intelligence, you give the pragmatic answer. Okay? Yes.
But is it always possible? It is not always possible to do that. It depends on the words or the expressions they use to hurt you. I think that some people were born mature emotionally, and some people are highly sensitive. They experience and they feel things differently. Of course, as we get older, we learn how to control our emotions. You may experience this when you were an adolescent. Everything is really emotional. For example, just take the love stories of teenagers. They forget about them as they get older at the age of 30 or 35. Do you agree with me?
Right.
Everybody experiences a love story and such stuff during his adolescence. But as you remember your childhood and your adolescence, and you realize that how much were you stupid and naive thinking about that.
Right. Okay, is there anyone else would like to speak about it? Anyone else? Okay, I would like to tell
about
you.
this question.
Yes,
about
Bharti.
this question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Bharti, unmute and speak.
Sorry. First of all, good evening to good evening to all of you. I would like to say about this topic. If anybody person, they just want to speak bad things about yourself, about to you, and in that time you are not there, you don't want to care of this thing, because sometimes the people, they don't have a dare to say something in front of you, and in that time they just want to do this kinds of a thing, because if they have a dare, and if they just want to realize to you, they just want to understand to you, so they don't have a dare, and they don't have any kinds of a, because sometimes the people, they are the coward, and if they are the coward, so in that time they just want to say, they just want to do such a kinds of a thing, they just want to do such a kind of a
Okay,
bad thing
Bharti,
from
let me speak something.
what happened?
Let me tell you one thing, right? So we don't talk about others. We're not talking about the
Oh God.
people. We don't, we
Yeah,
shouldn't
the
care people. Okay, let me speak, let me complete it. Right. Here we are talking about yourself. Just talk about your own self. What do you think about it? What is your opinion?
no,
Okay, because
yeah, I wanna
people, different kind of people, there are categories of the people. So
yeah,
we know all these things. So just talk about yourself.
yeah.
What do you think about? Do you bother or you don't bother?
No, I don't want to bother. No, I
Hmm.
don't want to bother. I don't want to care of them.
Hmm.
I just want to care of myself, because if I'm good, so I don't want to care to anything. I don't want to think of others, what they want to say to me. So that's it from my side.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very
I
much.
think it depends on the things they say about us and how they do hurt us. We
Mhm.
cannot be always thick-skinned or like rocks. We
Mhm.
are human beings. We have some weaknesses.
Mhm.
If we could be like this, thick-skinned and ignore everything, it's better, okay?
Mhm.
But it is not always possible.
Mhm.
To be honest, I care about others sometimes.
Right.
I want to control this and to be emotionally mature, as you have already
See,
said,
Nadia, when
and
somebody is
store
speaking in front of
everything.
you, Nadia, when someone is speaking in front of you, right? So it is mandatory to reply them. And if somebody is talking about behind of you, right? So you no need to think about them.
Hello,
What they
sir.
are talking about you, right? What they want to
Hello.
speak. What is their intention? What is their thought? Right? If they are talking about you behind you, so that means you have got something. You're achieving something. You're improving. So that's where they have this much of time to think, to talk about you. Otherwise, who has this much of time to talk about the others, to be the part of this kind of gossips? Just teach group.
Hello.
Mhm.
Sir, I can go to Alpha Home.
You can go to, yeah, you can go to, I don't understand.
Yeah, I can go to off home because now is the iftari of time. You know, it's Ramzan.
So you can go now. Thank you for joining.
Iftari.
Have a great time.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay, now
much.
moving to the next slide.
Okay.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
answering. Thanks for discussion. So
Thank you.
we have, okay, have you noticed the answer? Have you written the answer of these 5 options, from these 5 options? You all guys? So shall I move for another one? Next question. How do you feel when people say bad things about you? Always you bother, or you mostly bother, or you're not sure about it, or sometimes you bother, or you never bother? Okay. The next. So try to give answer honestly, right? Do not just put in everywhere E options or D options, C, B, or A. Okay. So next question we have, question number 3. What do you think about your attitude towards yourself? So you can check the spelling. Towards, D is here, right? So what do you think about your attitude towards yourself? Always positive. So you have always positive attitude, or mostly positive attitude, or you're not sure about that you are positive or you're not, or sometimes you are positive or you never positive. So what do you think about it? When you write down the answer, when you think about the answer, you can preserve the answer somewhere, whether it is your mind or in your notebook or somewhere else, or in chat box also you can write if you are able to remember. Okay, so now moving to the next question. How aware are you of your strength and weakness? How much you know about your strength and weakness, or you care about your strength and weakness? So you always, or mostly, uncertain, sometime, or never? Okay. So I think that you have noticed the answer. You might have noted down. So shall I go to the next question? Shall I? So you need to respond. Okay, I'm doing from my own side. I feel that you are writing. You're noticing all these things. Okay. Question number 5. What is your reaction when you face emotional discomfort? So you always try to find the cause of it, and mostly try to find the cause of it, or you're not sure about. Sometimes try to find the cause of it. So never try to find the cause of it. So do you understand the meaning of these questions? Do you understand? See, you need to talk to me. You need to give the answer. You need to respond something, right? Yes or no, or like something that. Otherwise, like I feel that I feel that like I'm just speaking. You are just in your bed or somewhere else, or you're enjoying your tea or having your dinner, or you're chatting someone else, right?
I understand the question, sir.
Great, great. Thank you for responding. Thank you.
Yes.
Moving to the next. Do you generally think from others' point of view? So you always think mostly, or you're not sure, and sometime, and you never. You understood the question? You generally think from others' point of view. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. So have you noted down?
Yes.
The answer? Yes. Great. Next. Do you take responsibility for your personal performance? So what kind of performance you are giving, or whatever you are doing, for all the good or bad things, you are the person who is responsible. So do you take the responsibility, whatever is happening with you? Okay, knowingly or unknowingly. So you always, or mostly, or uncertain, or sometime, or never. Okay. So this is all about the 5 options. You can note it down, the answer. Now, next. Okay, imagine yourself in a stressful situation. When you are in stressful situations, do you always stay calm, or mostly stay calm, or uncertain, or you're not sure, and sometimes you stay calm, and never stay calm? Okay. Next one. Do you clearly understand the emotional you go through? Always, mostly, uncertain, sometimes, and never. Okay, are you able to understand all the questions? The meaning of the questions, you all people, right? If you feel that you don't understand any question, you can discuss with me, you can ask me. Now, next, the last question. Okay, to attain your goal, always channel I emotions appropriately. Mostly channel I emotional appropriately, or uncertain, or sometime, or never. So what does it mean? Do you understand?
The suggestions are not clear, please.
Okay,
Could
this is
you
not clear.
Yeah, I think
let me describe you, right? So whenever you have got some objective, you have got some dream, you want to achieve something, right? So there are some certain ways, you know, like Sanjay, you must be knowing it, through proper channel. Do you understand this meaning?
Yeah.
Through proper channel, right?
Well.
So when we go through proper channel, so we are sure about that we would be able to achieve that objective. And if you're not going through proper channel, we have some bypass way, or some other ways, or some shortcut ways we have, right? So we know sometimes we get success, and sometimes we don't get, and mostly we don't get the success. So that is the meaning of this question, right? So the thing is this, there are some certain steps, step 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. If you go through one by one, you would be able to achieve your goal. If you don't have this kind of base paths, or that is called the system or systematical way, then only you will be able to achieve your goal. All right, do you understand? Have you understood
It
the
means
meaning?
it means that we have a certain plan. We
Exactly.
planify our goal.
Right.
We go step by step
Step by step.
in an organized manner.
In organized
Okay, I
manner.
got,
Right.
yeah. Okay, it's
Right.
clear now.
Okay, now the thing is this. So we have had 10 questions, and I hope you all have thought about the answer. You all have answer in your mind. Okay. So have you noted everything?
Please, sir, the last one, we didn't take the answers. Could you share the screen again,